Hey there friends, it is me, HLModTech, and I've got Bailey with us, and today we're going to explore Pine Bend. Pine Bend is part of the Pigeon River Greenway. This board at the entrance gives you all the project history, features, and also shows how it's being paid for. You can see here the hours are 7 to 10 p.m. April through October and 7 to 8 p.m. in the summer. This map shows the paths that are closest to us now and the shortest loop that you can do. Here you can see the entire map, and note that it really isn't a loop, it actually reaches the end and you turn around and just head straight back. Pine Bend quickly turns into a nice forested area. Great for the puppy. It is a leashed area, so you'll notice that I do have Bailey on her leash today. The paths are quite open during most of the day, and on a sunny day, it is absolutely gorgeous. The paths are quite easy to follow, and they are well marked. Do note that it is a out and back. There really is not a loop per se. One other nice feature is that even though some spots are a little bit muddy, you'll find other spots where there's a creek that you can actually let your dog get a drink as you're walking. If you're looking closely, like Bailey just was, you'll notice that there are animal paths. This is probably a deer, although if I look down I don't see deer tracks, but something is definitely making its way through that way. And somebody's marking it with little red flags, which is kind of cool as well. You can see here there are cute little bridges, and this is the place where I let Bailey get a drink. This spot off here to the right is the easiest to let her get some water, yet not get totally wet. The only drawback to all this moisture is there are some mosquitoes. Alright, big girl, let's roll. Right now it is just about noon, so we've got the sun right above us. So on a sunny day, you can see it makes it quite spectacular as you're strolling through these woods. Lots of stuff to smell, huh, Bailey? Let's keep moving so the mosquitoes don't get me. Thank you, big girl. And you see pretty quickly we come upon the signs where you start to pick. We're going to choose the uphill version, which is off here to the left, instead of going down towards the river where there are more mosquitoes. It is beautiful down there, but today we're going to the hills. Right, big girl? Here we come on the swampy area. It is really cool. It's almost like being in a bayou, seeing all that water sitting there. But of course that also means tons of bugs. So if I can talk Bailey into it, let's keep moving. Here's another spot where we could choose to branch off, but we are going to go on the more difficult path that sign talks to us about. And you can see here another picture of the map. If you were reading that label, you would have noted that it is also a cross-country ski area. I have not cross-country skied this area, but these type of hills right here would be a ton of fun. And the paths, as you can note there, are really clearly marked. This hill right here looks like it'd be quite awesome. Are you taking a break, big girl, or are you ready for the hill? Forest growth is pretty impressive here. Some of the trees are crazy large. This right here is kind of neat. This is where the junction to the other path was, so you can see that that takes you down by the river, and then also lets us go up and see one of the first scenic overlooks. As you're traveling, make sure you keep an eye out for these little signs right here, like river overlook, and check them all out because they are pretty amazing. Bailey knew where we were headed, didn't ya? You can see out there is the river. Right now it is quite swollen, which has been great for all the kayakers, and I'm assuming the fishermen as well. Back out on the path, we will head to the right so we can get further down towards the end of the path, where it actually converts to a second park called Hemlock Crossing. The paths are all dirt, so if you happen to catch a wet time, it can be a little bit muddy. There's just some locations that are really low. Today is an absolutely beautiful day, and probably one of the warmest days of the summer so far. Good girl. Bailey sounds like a little train as she goes by me, the way she's breathing. This is one of my favorite areas. There's a tree up here that tipped over and took all the earth with it. And there's actually a second tree attached to it as well. Bailey's heading down the path that lets you get close to it. The path's a little overgrown. But check it out. There is the tree that totally tipped over. Once again, marked paths keep you on the straight and narrow. Right here's another one of the overlooks. This way, Bailey. This one you get a little better look at. And you get a much better look at the water in this one. Great look at the river. And somebody's puppy that decided to go around the edge to get down and get a drink. I don't see anybody paddling right now, but quite often we do get to see people paddle. Right here's my puppy's favorite shortcut to get down to the water and actually get a drink. And dig. Come on, big girl, let's go this way. It is not a play day at the beach. That's for a different video. Good girl. Close up. Somebody's saying, Dad, can't we just stay? Come on, big girl, let's keep strolling. No time to be a lazy butt. You can do that when we get you home. Yes, home. Once again, we are going to continue on down the path. This pine tree always amazes me. That's just monstrous. Makes me wonder what year it started growing. I will warn you, this path does have little stumps and stuff. You may have saw me stumble over that little bump. That's why you should be watching the road and holding your dog, not recording a video. This is an interesting area off to the left. It's some sort of runoff, and it's a crazy bunch of thick brown stuff. I don't think there's any chance you could walk across it without getting stuck. The water on top does look clear, but I keep the puppy away from that just because it looks like it sat a lot longer than I wanted it to. If you're into nature, this place is awesome. We hear all kinds of frogs and birds, and we've actually ran into people out here that were bird watching. So I've mentioned before that this is kind of an out and back, not a loop, but there are places here, like right now I could go to the left and then I could come back over here on the right. So you can kind of make parts of it into a loop. Today we are going to simply go out and go back though, and then leave the cool variety up to you. These little bridges are awesome, and this is another area where the water looks clear enough to give it to your puppy. But it's hard to find a way down to the water so you can get to it. Here's another one of those tipped over trees, but this is a much smaller version. This is another one of Bailey's favorite areas. She loves to walk out on this tree, but I always have to rein her back in. Come on, big girl. You know Mom wouldn't allow that. I know you want to swim, but today is not a swimming day. Good girl. Nope, going this way. Good girl. Coming up on the third of the beautiful Scenic overlooks. Let's let Bailey lead us out there as well, because she never misses these. They're her favorites. Alright friends, I'm not gonna lie to you. When you get wildernessy like this, you're probably going to battle mosquitoes, especially with the water so close. But, in my opinion, being out in the wilderness with a puppy is worth it. Love these elevated paths. Love being so close to all this crazy cool green stuff. Right, Bailey? Good girl. This is another of those neat locations where you could turn it into a loop, which we may do on the way back. We're going to continue this way though, so we can get to the end. Alright, Bailey, take us down here. This is a neat place Bailey found the other day. This tree was taken down by a beaver. You can see right there where they chewed all the way down through it, and you can see right over there is the beaver's hut. Right, big girl? And there's all kinds of beaver evidence where they've been taking out other trees as well. This always blows my mind to see just how big a tree that beaver thought it needed to take out. Right, big girl? And then right here, this is the end of our pathway. This takes us to a little bridge that cuts across to a second park called Hemlock Crossing. And eventually, I'll make you a video showing this. That's why it's called the Trailhead. Now you can still wander off all the way through there, but those are what I'm going to be calling the Hemlock Crossing trails. I'm not going to record the whole trip back, but I will give you a closing when we get back to the exit. Alrighty friends, thanks for going on another tour with Bailey and I, this time of Pine Bend. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you tune in again to see us on our next episode when we take you somewhere else in Ottawa County. Alrighty friends, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you've got a question, comment, or a suggestion, or maybe even another park we should try out, add it in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, if you want to see the next video from me and Bailey, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.